Hi, my name is Clarissa Shields.
Hi, this is Seniesa Estrada.
You're watching True School Sports.
You're watching True School Sports.
Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, listen, this is a potential matchup that could happen down the road if certain things fall into place, if certain demands are met on both sides. But I really do think that this could wind up becoming one of the biggest fights in women's boxing. And I'm gonna shout out to my boy Hyro. He's getting full creative credit for this title, but he's referred to this fight as the sexiest fight in boxing, the quote unquote sexiest fight in boxing. On many occasions when me and him have had conversations about boxing, so he gets credit for this title. But yeah, Yokosta Valle, the WBO and the IBF minimum weight champion in women's boxing. You know, and Seniesa Estrada, the what was it, the WBA minimum weight champion in women's boxing. You know, that is the sexiest fight in boxing. You know, two very, very attractive women, one from East LA, all right, the other you know, from Costa Rica by way of Nicaragua, because Yokosta Valle was actually born in Nicaragua, but she grew up and she's from Costa Rica, if that makes sense. So, you know, really, really good fight. Now, you guys may remember in the last video when I did my post-fight review video about Yokosta Valle and her, you know, becoming unified champion, I talked about, you know, the things that the things in her style that I think make her a really, really good fighter. Now, what I also want to talk about are some things in her style that I think could potentially trouble Seniesa Estrada from what I saw. And mind you, I got to go watch some more fights of hers, but just off of that fight, and I'm going to go back up and watch some more fights, so my opinions can change, my perspective can change. But based off what I know about Seniesa Estrada, and mind you, like when we talk about my top 5 to 10 favorite fighters in boxing, Seniesa Estrada is definitely in there. Like I've been a Seniesa Estrada fan, supporter. I don't even want to say a fan, a supporter of hers since 2014. So I know her fight game inside and out. Like inside and out, I know her fight game. I know tendencies, all these kind of things. I know it makes her good, all these things. I feel like Yokosta Valle of the I gotta watch Tina, the WBC champion, because I'm not too familiar with her, but I feel like there's some things Yokosta Valle showed that could give her some problems. And the first thing first is I think Yokosta Valle's conditioning. She's very in shape. I mean, from following her on Instagram, I know that she does a lot of road work, and there was a lot of stories that have been told recently about, you know, her training in Southern California, running up hills, and her outrunning guys and things like that. And I'm sure Seniesa's like at that level of fitness too. Otherwise, she wouldn't be where she's at and be as skilled as she is. But I really feel like her conditioning and her fitness level, she'd probably be the first fighter that I can think of. And this is only my opinion from watching all of Seniesa's fight, from watching pretty much every Seniesa fight since 2014. I really think she'd be the first fighter I see to step in the ring with that has the conditioning like on the same level as her personally. I really do think that's one of the things that makes Yokosta Valle one of the top fighters in this division and in women's boxing. That's number one. Number two is the straight punches of Yokosta Valle. You know, Seniesa Estrada, one of the things that makes her great, I also think if they were to fight could be her downfall. Like Seniesa Estrada likes to kind of use her reflexes and rely on her athleticism, and she kind of fights this Roy Jones Jr.-esque style, and she does it justice. Like don't get me wrong, there is no fighter in boxing that has done the Roy Jones Jr. style more justice than Seniesa Estrada. But why I think that could become a problem is, you know, because Seniesa likes to go in there, she likes to fight, she likes to exchange. She's got that Mexican blood in her. She's got, you know, she wants to be that Azteca warrior. So she does it in an intelligent way, but sometimes she can get caught in exchanges. And we've seen this in the past. You know, what was the girl's name? There was a girl that dropped her years ago. I can't remember her name right now. There was a girl that dropped Seniesa years ago at the Velasco Theater. It might have been Sonia Osorio, but don't quote me on that. I don't think it was Sonia Osorio, but years ago she got dropped exchanging with a fighter who just threw a straight punch down the middle. And I feel like with Yokosta Valle's ability to, and not just her ability, her level of comfort to throw punches to the body, to the chest, to the head, to just different parts of a fighter's body. You know, I really feel like if Seniesa exchanges with Yokosta Valle, the fact that Yokosta Valle is traditionally more so of a straight puncher, but a straight puncher who is intelligent with volume, I feel like these kind of things could really have Seniesa in trouble, because as good as Seniesa Estrada is, and don't get me wrong, I'm on record saying, respect to Claressa Shields. She is the epitome of American exceptionalism. I love Claressa Shields. She's a first ballot Hall of Famer. If she never throws a punch again. I love Amanda Serrano, what she's done in Puerto Rican boxing and all these kind of things. But for my money, since 2014, 2015, I've always said that I think the most skilled and the best female fighter in the world is Seniesa Estrada, and I have not moved off that pivot. So much so to the point to where I got into an argument with Claressa Shields on Instagram about it one time. But with that being said, as skilled as she is, she still has flaws, and I think one of her flaws is that for all of the dexterity she has in her punches, sometimes she can be susceptible to get caught in exchanges. And I think a fighter with the attributes of Yokosta Valle, who I think, has improving defense, who I think has great conditioning, is an intelligent volume puncher. If Seniesa is not careful, I could see her getting potentially hurt, maybe dropped, and potentially even outworked to a decision. I mean, I think Yokosta Valle has those attributes in her style to do that, and she's someone that hasn't lost in about 4 years, and she seems to be really improving. She's moved her camps from Costa Rica to the United States, to Seniesa's backyard. So she's getting better sparring now, and as a fighter gets better sparring, they're gonna improve. You know what I'm saying? So she's an improving fighter. She's still a work in progress, and I really think when the smoke clears, personally, I could be wrong. This video could age horribly, but I really feel like Seniesa, for as good as she is, she's been lacking rivals. She doesn't have the luxury like Michaela Mayer and Alicia Baumgartner and Katie Taylor have, of having all these rivals in the weight classes. Same goes to Claressa Shields having a Savannah Marshall. She doesn't have like a Savannah Marshall. She doesn't have a rival. So I'm kind of like looking at her weight classes for who could be a rival, and the only two names I can really come up with, apart from Elena Esparza, who's already a rival, but like new rivals, are Kim Clavel at 108 and Yokosta Valle at 105. Those are the only two names that make sense, and I think Yokosta Valle would probably have the best chance to beat her out of those three. Out of Kim Clavel, out of Marlena Esparza, I would actually give Yokosta Valle probably the best chance off of what I know right now. Now, mind you, I need to go watch more Kim Clavel. I've seen her. I know Kim Clavel is very slick. I know she can move and these kind of things, and she's a very skilled boxer, but I just don't see her being able to do that for a whole fight against Seniesa. I think to beat Seniesa Estrada, you got to be somebody who's just as conditioned as her. You got to be somebody that throws high volume punches and straight punches and do it in an intelligent fashion. And Yokosta Valle ticks all those boxes. So, hey, the sexiest fight in boxing. We need to make this shit happen. Yokosta Valle, the fighting pride of Costa Rica against, Seniesa Estrada, the fighting pride of not just East Los Angeles, but the whole LA and Southern California area. So, that's my opinion of this potential matchup. I'll be doing videos about both these fighters as their careers continue to develop. I've been covering Seniesa since 2015, 2016, and I'm just now really starting to cover Yokosta Valle because I've known about her for a long time through Seniesa and through Seniesa being linked to her. So now it's really time to start paying attention. So yeah, that's my take on the fight. I would still say Seniesa wins. But I don't think Seniesa would stop Yokosta. I think Seniesa would win if it's a 12-round fight. I think Seniesa wins like a 8-4, maybe even a 7-5 type of fight, because Yokosta Valle has really good conditioning and she's very intelligent the way she goes about picking her punches. So I like that matchup a lot, and I hope the fight that my boy Hyro calls the sexiest fight in boxing can happen sooner rather than later. But leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Thank you for watching True School Sports.
No, follow this kid. Oh. He's a true, it's a young, true, passionate person who follows boxing. He wakes up thinking about boxing and he goes to sleep thinking about boxing.
This is true.
This is good kid, good man, and looking forward to seeing him everywhere in the boxing world.
Hey man, if you ain't subscribed to True School Sports, you fucking up, man. Make sure you subscribe, bro.
Fucking up big time.
Make sure, man.